Okay, we have somebody in the collective here today who is not accepting the end of a situation. As you see, the death card is in reverse here. And when I asked the cards if they could clarify who this was, I got the Elder of Cups and I also got the Ace of Cups. So somebody here is in love. They're very much in love and they've got a lot of love to give and they're very caring and their intentions are genuine. They are pouring with emotion and good intentions and compassion and romance and affection for this person. And then we get this Skull of Darkness. And the name of this card is Blind Spots because it's talking about the patterns of behavior that we constantly find ourselves exhibiting time and time again that are self sabotaging and destructive for our happiness with other people. And when I asked the cards for an explanation, I received the Chariot and the Seven of Swords. So, what this tells me is that somebody in this situation continuously will jump into a relationship, be very passionate about moving forward, and then all of a sudden, without any warning, takes off. They take off, they get really sketchy, and they disappear. And what's happened here is that this Elder of Cups, this person who has a lot of feelings and emotions for this person, as we see with the Ace of Cups and the Elder of Cups, this person knows relationships and knows how to have a functional relationship. They've really, like, they're sitting there and they're waiting for this person to return. And all I keep hearing in my head is maybe I just gave them too much. Like they feel as if they scared this person off because they gave so much authentic and genuine love they showed through actions and words. And we see the Five of Cups here. We see somebody in mourning and feeling loss. We see somebody in the Five of Pentacles. They're kind of outcast. They're ostracized. They're away from their loved ones. They're, far away from their loved ones. They're around strangers right now. They're in need. And then we see the Ten of Swords. And this is an ending. And we have somebody here who's like not wanting to accept this finale. They believe that there might be some hope. And yes, we've seen that time and time again with the Five of Cups. We see someone looking at the cups, and then there's cups in the background that are still available. There's still something to salvage here. But this person is making a conscious choice to end things, and they are intentionally doing whatever they can to get away from this amazing person here who has nothing but love to give. But see, you can't take it personally because this is this person's habit. This is what they do. They act like they're ready, they want to be involved, and then all of a sudden, last minute, they just like, they take off. They run away, they take off, they take what they can, and they leave. They make the relationship about something that it's not. And then we get the underworld here where all things pause and begin again. This is about things going through a transformation, things coming to an end, sitting back and reflecting on what's going on, wondering if there was better choices that you could have made, wondering if maybe you want to go back to the drawing board. But somebody here feels like there's going to be a lot of heavy work if they go back. Um, They feel like there's some unsettled issues here, that there needs to be some type of amends made, that issues need to be settled. There needs to be balance and harmony here. People need to hear each other out. It's like not a one-sided situation. So whoever's involved here, they're really all about, just making things right with this person. But they feel as if they're gonna have to defend themselves a lot. They're gonna have to ensure that this person who left doesn't cross their boundaries again because they don't want to be taken advantage of. They don't want to be made a fool of, but at the same time, they want to be there and they want to be there for this person that has left the building. And then we end the reading with the Six of Cups. And when we get the pausing card in Underworld and then we get the Six of Cups, this is someone being very nostalgic about the time that they spent with this person. But this sneaking away stuff is just, it's no bueno. There's somebody here who's very loving, and they're resisting letting go. They don't want to let go. They're holding the lantern open. They're hoping that this person comes back. They're in pain. They're mourning. They're questioning, second guessing everything that happened in the relationship, and they are blaming themselves. They're taking on way too much of the responsibility here because they don't understand. They don't understand that this person has a pattern of just, wanting to jump in gung ho and then all of a sudden takes off because they just don't know. They get scared, they get cold feet. It's their pattern to take off. And this person here is taking it really hard right now. So if you are questioning what your person feels about you, they're holding on to the relationship and they're waiting for you to come back. And they're willing to do the hard work, but they're a little bit scared and they're stuck in nostalgia about what could have been. And you, on the other hand, are like, get me out of here, get me out of here, I'm done. And this person really didn't do too much, but what they did do is they triggered something in you. They triggered a fight or flight response, and you chose to take flight. And it's going to take a while for you to explain why you took off like that, but the damage has been done. It's like this is a trigger. They hit an emotional trigger. They triggered something in you that reminded you of your childhood, something that happened in your childhood. You've been through enough on your own, and it is really hard once someone presses that button for you to be very open and loving and want to jump back in it to win it. It's like, and it's not their fault. It is not this person's fault here. They didn't know. They just didn't know what they did. And it's not your fault either, because you're getting, somebody reminded you of a pain from your past that you can't even explain, right? And that's why you're so adamant about, get me the heck out of here. And this person is still sitting there going, what the hell just happened here? Please come back. I need you. And there's a transformation going on here where people are thinking maybe they can salvage what's lost. They can do some work on it. They can bring balance and harmony to the situation, but there's too much defense here and a lot of memories, but we can only lead relationships for so long based on nostalgia or based on what we wish could have been. We have to start focusing on what is. And what is right now is someone has taken off.